All right, so I'll let everybody come in. What's up? What's up, Detroit? Or as I like to call it, Detroit. Funny story. I was in Detroit, and funny enough, I did not know that Canada was right over a bridge from Detroit, and I ended up going across a bridge and I almost got stuck in Canada because I didn't have any documents on me. I just had my driver license, but luckily they let me back in the. They let me back in the dang the U.S. I was like in the no man's land. It was funny. See, see somebody. Yeah, I did not know that Canada was right there. Blew my mind. Michigan is actually enormous. Michigan is huge. I can. Michigan is a huge state. I did not realize how big it was. All right, I'm about ready to get started. So tonight I have this is going to be only an hour session tonight, but I think it's going to be pretty good. All right, let's do this. So what we want to do real quick is we need to go in here. So I wasn't crazy the other day. Thank goodness. I was just rushing a little bit. Rushing as in taking, not rushing as in Russian, but I was rushing as in I was trying to get a lot crammed into that, 2 hours. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go on each one of these machines and make sure we need to go into all these PCs and make sure that the PCs have a default gateway. So the default gateway for this machine, for these on the one network, are going to be 10.1.1.1. So let's go on the top machines and make sure that their default gateway is set up. So I'm going to open up that machine, go on desktop. I'm going to click here on IP configuration, and I'm going to verify that 10.1.1.1 is in here. That's good. So type that in and exit that. I'm gonna go clockwise. So I'm gonna check on this PC right here. I'm gonna expand it all the way. Go to my desktop. Go to my IP configuration. And it's gonna be 10.1.1.1. We don't need DNS right now, but for IP routing, only thing we're doing right now is we're setting up access control lists on layer 3. So the only thing I'm setting up is 10.1.1.1. That's all that matters right now. So I'm gonna go to the next one. That's gonna be this one. This is 2.2. So the default gateway on this one should be 2.2. So I'm going to go to my IP configuration. It's 10.1.2.1. I need to go into this one and make sure that it has the default gateway set. And I actually have been playing around a little bit, as you see here. So I know that this was not set up on mine. it needs to be set up. This wasn't set up. This is actually why that I was getting weird results on that IP access list, right? So 10.1.3.254. So there we go. So we have all these, we have all that set up. Are y'all tracking at home? Everybody, y'all good? All right. So what we tried to do, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up. We need to make sure that we can get reachability. So the first task of networking is to make sure we have reachability. Reachability means that I can route and get to something. So we use ping. Ping stands for Packet Internet Groper, as you probably know. And that means that we can get from one place to another. We set up routing here so we can get from this 10.1.3.3 network, we can ping all the way over to the 10.1.2.2, and we should be able to ping across to this one as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and open up a command prompt, and we can test this out from here. My dog is in here. The one that's very needy. She's here and she's forcing me to pet her. It's irritating. So I'm typing one hand now. So I'm doing ping. I'm gonna try to get to both machines on the other side of the way. So 10.1.1.2. That's the machine up top. It says destination unreachable. You know what? Let me go in here because I might have not taken off that. Hey, look up. I gotta type. So what happened here is I think I might have that access list in place. So let me go make sure that I'm gonna take that access list off. I gotta remember how to spell quarantine. It's right here in front of my face. So show run. I'm gonna show run, and show run should show me if see, I have this access list group in on here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here and take that off. So I need to do configure terminal. I need to say interface VLAN 2. I mean VLAN 3. And what I need to do in here is I need to say no IP access group 101 in. So that gets rid of that access list. So you created an access list, and you have to remove it in order to ping. And this is good. This is good to know because like the reason why I had that problem where I couldn't reach anything is because I had my default gateway turned off. And it's good to know that because remember we talked about if you're troubleshooting something, you need to know the OSI model pretty well. So now when I do a ping this, it works. So I'm over here on 3. Now I can ping 2 now. And that works as well. So basically, right now, since I have RIP running between these, RIP stands for Routing Information Protocol. It's telling that it's routing all that traffic. So what I did last class is I set up at the end of the class. I set up an access control list here. So let's look at that access control list. That access control list is right here. It says deny traffic from this IP address to this network, and this is a wildcard mask, and this means from 0 to 255. So what this mask means is match these bits perfectly. So match the 10.1.1 bits perfectly, and from here we're gonna match from 0 to 255. So 250, basically, if this was broken down into bits, it doesn't care what the bits are. That's what this means. I don't really care as long as you totally match the first 3 octets. That's what this means. Now after that, so if we didn't allow anything after this rule, and this is how Cisco rules work, and Cisco is kind of like the standard. They kind of invented internet routing, really, like far as like productizing it and capturing the market. Cisco pretty much dominated for a while. Juniper had a run. There's other people that have runs. Cisco still has a pretty good market share in networking. So many of the things that you see here applies to many other things. You'll see firewalls, you'll see all kind of different devices that behave in the same kind of manner. So permit any means that do this rule, block this, and then do anything else. And basically, let me go to the network diagram again. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put that on this VLAN 3 interface. So basically, I'm going to force this traffic. There's 2 ways to block traffic. You block it, you can block it. You always want to block it closest to the thing that you're trying to do. You wouldn't want to block traffic to go into this PC way over on the other side of the network. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. So what we do is we enforce it on the closest place where we're trying to enforce policy. So we said that there's different, you can set up all kind of different policies. First of all, we set up different VLANs, and because we set up routing, now these VLANs can talk across here. Now what we want to do is we want to set up more policy, and this is a security control for sure. By implementing that access control list, ACL. You're gonna hear this all over the place. Yeah, so somebody Wobbuffet said, do you have to do this any? So anytime you deny, you have to specify all the traffic that's possible. I mean, all the policy you want to force, all the denies, all the stuff, and then you want to permit any. You want that to be the last one, because there's this thing called an implicit deny. Implicit deny means it's going to block anything after this first thing. It's just going to block it by default unless you allow it. But by saying IP permit any, that means from any IP address to any IP address, we're going to allow it. So now what we do is we're going to configure terminal, and we're going to go to interface VLAN 3. Yeah, somebody said a really good point there. The rows are inspected from top down. You can say no IP address. You can say no access list. No IP access list, whatever the number is, and wipe it out. And many times what people do is they'll keep the access list in a text file so they can do it. So, and then if you can do it in your text file, then hopefully you won't make any mistakes. Then you'll just paste it in, you'll paste it into the terminal. So I'm going to say IP access group. So you can actually put an access group. It's because you can assign the same policy to multiple different interfaces. And so those interfaces would be a part of that access group. 101. And so that's what the command that we're going to type. I want to minimize this real quick, and just to show y'all one more time. So I can ping 1.2. That's the IP address of the host over there. All right. And I can ping 2.2. These are the IP addresses of the host on the other side of the network that I said I want to actually enforce. Well, funny enough, our rule only affects this host at the top, by the way. It says we're going to block access to this host, right? And we said that we're gonna allow this because we said IP any. So now let's just go in here. I'm going to close this one, open up the switch. Hopefully it saved our where we was at. So we're going to say in. I'm going to end this. I'm going to show run just to show you that configuration is done. Now what we have here is that's our IP address. That's our IP access list. It's an access control list. This is an extended list, is what they call it. So what we're going to do here is go up here, and we're going to say IP. You see that right there? So that means that it's gonna when things go into this interface, it's gonna process. So anything connected to VLAN 3, it's gonna look at it and inspect it first, and then it's gonna apply this policy on. This is how firewalls work generally too. Generally speaking, firewalls work like this as well. You're gonna apply rules on firewalls as well. A little bit different syntax, but same kind of concept. On firewalls, you typically are specifying what zones and what things of that nature they can get to. All right, so what are we going to do here? Did I actually put that in place? I think I did. I think I just showed you. Sorry, my mind's all over the place. All right, so now what we're doing is going to here. We're going to say command prompt. The first one we want to try to get to is the one we should be able to get to. That one's working. Now, the one that we shouldn't be able to get to is this. And it says destination unreachable. Now don't quote me, but I think how this works is routers communicate with each other by ICMP. Now, what happens here, the first router that sees this from a layer 3 perspective, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to explain this pretty good. I think what I'm saying is true. Sometimes I might be crazy or something, but I think this is true. It's going to hit this. It's going to look up in its routing table to see if it can get there. And if it can get there, it's going to forward the traffic. It has an access control list in there that says, look, hey buddy, you're on this network. You shouldn't be able to talk to this person or this person for that matter. You can't talk to this one. This is on the same switch. Watch this. Because this is on the same VLAN, we should not be able to talk to .3. Let's verify that. They're connected to the same switch. They're both up. And I said we can't get to that one. We proved that, right? We can't get to this one. This is very interesting, by the way, right? Because look who gave me that message. It's my default gateway. So my default gateway came in and intervened, said, destination is not reachable. Because that's my IP address. Now I can ping 2 and I can ping .1. 1 is the interface. What I just did is I just pinged all the way over here. I went over here and I went all the way over here, and I communicated with that one because I'm trying, but I can't even communicate to the person on my same VLAN though. I mean on the same switch. They're on different VLANs, but this is on my same layer 2 switch. Does that make sense? This is actually pretty damn cool, by the way. So any questions on this? This is very important to understand. So I've showed you a couple of different things here. I've showed you how to segment networks on layer 2. Can you somebody said, can you rename VLAN 1? Yeah, you can rename. You definitely can you can rename You can rename VLAN 1 if you want to. You can rename the VLANs. Many times people put names on the VLANs so to represent different things. I'm pretty sure that you can rename, or you can assign names to the VLANs. You can, like some people say, marketing, this, that, and the third. So it looks like somebody said somebody told you not to use VLAN 1. Yeah, they're probably basically because they probably just encouraging you to set up VLANs really. So that's all they're trying to do. All right. So what we want to do here, it seems like there's not any questions. So some people referring to VLAN 1 as a native VLAN or whatever, stuff like that. But it doesn't matter. You can use VLAN 1 all day. It's no different than any other VLAN. Even though they're trying to do maybe that's their best practice. Whatever Cisco says, use their best practice if you're asked it. All right. So that's that one. So we covered a lot of things. Now let's go in here and make sure that we save our configuration. Copy, run, start. That's correct. So what that's doing is saving our configuration. We're going to go to here. I don't think we made any changes here, but I'm just going to back it up just in case. Then, yeah, so somebody like Wabafet is saying they said don't use it for security purposes. I would tell. So, bro, I'm telling you, man. I mean, the VLAN 1 thing. I understand what they're trying to do there, but I think that's a bunch of BS, to be honest with you. So, yeah, you typically what people do, and I'll tell you, what people typically do. The convention that I've seen most of the time is they'll assign VLANs to the different subdomains. So I'll give you an example of this, right? So what they would do, I'm going to show. This is how people typically do it. Show run. So what they'll do is what we'll do here. And did we do it here? I kind of did it here. This third octet or the second octet, typically it's the third octet that I see people, they will assign a VLAN to match that. Right? So let's do that. We're gonna create VLAN 10, right? We're gonna create an interface called VLAN 10. So conf t interface VLAN 10 IP address 10.1.10. I'm gonna start doing the old school way that I prefer doing it. So I'm gonna start at 250. They give you 5 possible addresses to play with, 5 or 6, something like that to play with. So what I'm doing is I'm saying I want to reserve the 50, 51, 52, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. That's 6 IP addresses that I can use for my devices. Right now, I'm gonna do 255.255.255.0. Boom. I think you can say a name. Is that possible? Let's see. Description. And description is VLAN. I'm gonna say VLAN 10. I'm just building it out a little bit. This is what you typically do. I'm gonna say no shut just in case. And that's it. So I did that. So you notice this 10 is down. The reason why 10 is down is because there's nothing plugged up to it. But once you assign, if I actually assign another port to this, it would come up, right? So let's do that real quick. We're gonna put one more machine on here. So what that should do is plug it up to the next sequential interface. What I'm gonna do here is I need to do a conf T interface FA0/3 and no shutdown. Now if I do a show IP interface brief, god dang. So that third interface is up. Whoa, where's my interface at? I could have swore it. Did I do that wrong? I don't see it. I thought I did a 10, right? Didn't I could have swore I did this. Am I smoking something? The answer to that question is no, I'm definitely not smoking nothing. Alright, so it says down. So what I need to do here is I need to go into, oh, it's down. The reason why it's down is because there's no, hold on a second here. I'm gonna do a show run. You always can do a show run to show the configuration, what you got going on here. I need to go in here and say switch port access VLAN 10, and that should bring it up. Conf T, interface FA0/3, no shut. Oh, what am I doing? Switch port access. That turned the line protocol up. You know what's interesting about this? So basically now I should have, what's cool about this, so basically what we did, So RIP, now this is how typically they're lined up. So what people typically do is they don't use VLAN 1, but I'm just showing you, you can run, you can pick a management VLAN. A management VLAN is what you would say that only administrators would have access to it. So you would get, it would be like an out-of-band management thing. And only there's a management network, a concept of a management network, and only admins can get on that network. So that would be a certain VLAN. But typically how I see VLANs provision is some kind of scheme like this. I think you can have probably 1,000 or some VLANs or something like that. The number's ridiculous. So the numbers get up there. But typically, like I said, they're like this. All right. But the whole, so basically everything that you get, a switch will work out of the box pretty much, because all the interfaces are up and all the VLANs, all of them belong to VLAN 1. So it will just work if you just plugged in. How to properly manage the network is to be segregated into different VLANs. Right? So I saw somebody mention this attack called VLAN hopping. There's only a limited number of VLANs that you can put on here. So that's like security to obscurity, really. You can't do, I think there might be a cap on one of the protocols that you can only do like 1,000 VLANs anyway. And so it would be like really simple to just try to hop all those 1,000 VLANs if you wanted to. So it's not a big deal. So VLAN hopping is basically, say if you didn't know what VLAN was, you tried to guess a VLAN. And what you can do is like there's this concept called a trunk port. And the trunk port carries all the VLANs. We didn't set that up, but a trunk port has all the VLANs on there and carries all the VLAN traffic. So the attack would be if I had a trunk port, I could just plug my computer up to the trunk port and I capture all the traffic. There's all kind of different ways, but you could even you can do what they call a span port, so you can span traffic. There's like 1,000 different ways, all right, to do that. All right, so on that VLAN on this gigabit Ethernet port, what we're gonna try to do here, right now we have those connected via. We have these connected by. We have these connected and they're on a VLAN, right? But that's not the best way to do it. The best way to do this, instead of tying this to VLAN, the best way to do it would be to put a trunk port here. So we can play around with that real quick, right? So, but basically on a trunk, what a trunk is doing is that, let me see, what's the maximum VLANs on I don't know. Let me check. I'm going to do a quick Google search here. Because the most popular, there's two different kind of trunking methodologies. There's one called .1Q, and there's this thing called ISL, which is inner switch link. So I'm going to search right here. Maximum number of VLANs .1Q. This says .1Q. This is IEEE standard, 4,000 VLANs. So there's like I said, like all this talk of somebody said ISL is dead, right? So there's only 4,000 of these jokers. So it would be, I'm saying, like, that's not a lot. I'm saying it's not a lot for an automated attack, is what I'm saying, right? So the concept is, don't use this one VLAN because there's VLAN hopping. It's only 4,000 VLANs. Is what I'm saying. I like debating this stuff too. I'm a freaking nerd. So yeah, that's right. I sell with Cisco's proprietary. All right. So what happens is, When stuff goes across a trunk link, the switch tags them, and basically it has this provisioning method, and it tags the frame when it tags all the frames when they go across, in order to keep the traffic segregated, right? So when something leaves this, if it goes on a trunk port, it's gonna say, oh, this is VLAN 1, this is VLAN 2, this is VLAN 3. Boom. It's gonna just it's gonna do that. So I don't need more devices to do this demonstration. I'm just gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this. This is straight Ethernet connection. So I'm gonna remove this. Where's that dang thing where you remove stuff again? Alright, yeah, cool. So if I highlight this, can I delete it? What's this? Select. I can't freaking delete this thing? This is the worst. Alright, it doesn't matter. Oh, whoa. I just blew him up. I just blew his wrong router. That sucks. Oh, never mind. Can I do Control Z? Undo. Whew. That was kind of spicy. Alright, let me get rid of that. I'm just going to go in here. Since I already have Gigabit Ethernet connected to interface 1, what I need to do is I need to go in here and I need to what is it? Admin Cisco enable quarantine. Alright, so what I need to do is go into that interface, and I need to tell that interface, because it already has, I'm already connected to the other one. I'm going to show you something real quick though. So interface G 0 slash, what is it? 0 slash 1. So we're in our interface. Alright, so basically what we need to do is we can go in here and say switch port, and there's two different things, right? We main things, right? We set switch port access to access the VLAN. Well, we're gonna say switch port trunk. So I'm gonna say trunk encapsulation, because I told you encapsulation, and .1Q. That was the only option. Alright, so now this is going to be interesting. So show IP interface brief, because this might have broke something. This says up. I'm going to show run. I'm going to make sure that Gigabit Ethernet thing, that port, it says switch port trunk. Now, this is set to trunk. The other side is set to access port still. Now, hopefully, this should have broke the connectivity for to the other router. This should have broke that connectivity if we did it right. So we're switching this to .1Q trunking. What that means is that all the VLANs will be covered over. This is essentially like connecting these hardwiring these switches together is what I kind of call it, right? So now I'm gonna try to ping. I'm gonna get rid of this. Actually, I don't need to even touch the ACL because I should be able to ping that still. So let's try to ping that IP address, and hopefully it doesn't work. In my mind, I think it shouldn't work. So 10.2, that's the machine on the bottom. And we're trying to ping it. I can't believe that worked. But that worked. I wonder why that freaking worked. That's disappointing. I don't think this worked. Does anybody tell me why that works? I'm thinking here. This side is set to trunking. This side is set to an access point. But maybe this is doing automatic trunking. Maybe since I set it over here, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe this automatically started doing trunking. Maybe that's it. All right. Well, I mean, look at that. It went up and down. So maybe the native mode for that is to do auto negotiation. They're not still. Hold on a second here. They're not still access. My man Alpha Whiskey. Let's look at this. Are you my man Alpha Whiskey? We got a Cisco dude on here. Switch port trunk encapsulation .1Q. Doesn't that say, hey, I'm switch port, not access port now? Oh, god dang it. My boy, this Alpha Whiskey is a beast. That's my, god dang, I forgot. Alpha Whiskey is a beast. Alright, so interface, gigabit 0/1. And this is I'm on the left switch. Switch port mode. Trunk. Alright, so what I'm doing here. This is basically saying that don't be a dang regular interface here. I want you to, this is going to send all the VLANs down here, and we're going to encapsulate it. And I'm gonna just check one more time because I think that should break. Oh, you see this is red there, so that means that's no bueno. No bueno means no good in Spanish. So, boom. This has gotta be tripping, man. I was just like, this is hilarious. And so I don't even understand how this works right now. So this is, oh snap, that joke came back up. What the frick? Okay. Alpha Whiskey, what the frick is going on around this congregation? Does that automatically negotiate? Alpha Whiskey? So basically what I was trying to create there, I was trying to create a protocol mismatch. And for the life of me, I'm actually trying to break something and it's not letting me break it. And that's pissing me off. When I'm trying to break something on purpose and it's not freaking letting me. Alright, let me show IP interface brief. I'm trying to break this thing on layer 2. This says up. So if I say show interface G0/1, it should actually give me more information. I'm trying to break you, son of a gun. It's up and connected. Look at that. Encapsulation ARPA. Dang, dude. I don't even understand. This is pissing me off. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to break that link, and the link did not break. Son of a gun. Conf T. Interface G0/1. All right, cool. Hold a second. Hold on a second. So it's broke now. Yeah, the ping did work, Alpha Whiskey. All right. So what I did here is I changed this to switch port mode access, and you see this, that broke it. It looks like it's pissed. It's blocking that port now. And this, this is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to intentionally break the son of a gun. So what we've done now is we've done a port mismatch, and this is a layer 2 issue. Right now, what we want to do here, that's red, and that should block. That should mess up the communications. You gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding. Look, hold on a second here. That says is red, and I can still ping here. Am I smoking something? This is 10.1.2.2. That's impossible. Oh boy. Alright. This thing's amazing. I'm trying to break this thing and it's not cooperating. God dang it. Dang it. Don't you just hate it when you try to break something and don't break? That's when you end up hurting yourself and swinging too hard. Well, I just need to take some deep breaths and relax. All right. So, I'm done trying to break it. All right. So big picture here. It's still working. It looked like it does see that there is trunking going on, but I can't break it. I think this will be different in a while. So this will be way different in a while. All right. So now this is trunking going on. Again, this is a lot of this stuff is like super transparent, and transparent in the sense that you can't see anything special happening on. So that's kind of like what it is. Switch port access VLAN 10. What are you saying there, Austin? Explain it to me. Dang, Packet Tracer just kicked my butt. This has been awesome. This is like dealing with a real network though, for real. All right, let's look down. Let's look at some more devices. What kind of devices we got here? I think we got some firewalls here. Do we have firewalls? Hub switches, wireless devices, security devices. So we got some of these on here. Some pics. Sounds like somebody having a party in my neighborhood outside. It's kind of weird. I don't know if you ever heard that thumping. Oh, cool. It's ASA. So we don't. I tell you, this is a short class tonight. This is actually pretty cool. So they have ASAs in here, and ASAs are firewalls. And so what we can do is we can actually set up firewalls in here. This is actually a pretty good game here. So get into ASAs. What we're gonna do is we're gonna connect two sites via ASAs, and then we'll get a chance to show you how firewalls does ACLs, and this is pretty cool. So is this real time or simulation mode? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure how packet tracer is working. Over here, this says simulation. What's the difference? Tell me. I see it. What's the difference between simulation and real time? Please tell me. I don't know. Is it like sitting in traffic on the network or something? Oh. Dang, how do you do this? I'm stupid. I can't operate these things. Alright. I'll look at this later. I don't have any knowledge of this thing. I don't know what this is, bro. I'm done. I'm exhausted. I'm physically and mentally exhausted. Alright, so I got a couple of minutes here. We're gonna play around with firewall. What's today? Tuesday? Wednesday? Thursday we'll play around with firewalls, and that simulation thing. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna play around with the dang simulation thing. I'll play around with that later. I've felt too much, so I'm good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play with the ASA. What we're gonna do is show y'all basic firewall stuff, and then I think you'll have like a really solid networking. Like going through these things should definitely flex some network muscles, and Network Plus is gonna be a breeze. So next class we're gonna reset a little bit. We're gonna look at some objectives and see how we're going on objective train. Explain any concepts that y'all are having a hard time at. But we're gonna tackle the ASA. We're gonna tackle ASA Thursday. That's gonna be good. So basically, the reason why the Cisco stuff, I would not look at Cisco as Cisco stuff. By the way, Cisco is pretty much the baseline for a lot of organizations, and even the people that are Cisco's competitors copy off Cisco. Because Cisco, like I said, Cisco was entrenched as the number one player. They had over 80% of the market share in networking, right? So if you know Cisco well, if you know this stuff and know these terms, everything I'm teaching you is evergreen. I haven't played with a Cisco router or switch in probably 10 plus years, right? And I was able to fumble about and set stuff up here. So it's evergreen. So that's what I want you to look at. The stuff I'm teaching you is not niche. The stuff I want you to know is not niche. The stuff I want you to know is like, if you understand this, you can go to anywhere and use it. And like heck, when did I do CCNA? Let me think here. I mean, I did the CCNA before about 20 years ago, right? And the stuff that I know from there, I still use today. I did the CCNA about 20 years ago, no doubt. So what I encourage everybody to do is I encourage everybody to pursue evergreen stuff. Oh, no. So it's not necessarily the Cisco stuff that I would be concerned about as much. Is the understanding what VLANs are, how VLANs work, what multi-layer switches are, how multi-layer switches work. But you're gonna see Cisco stuff everywhere. And if you want a full-time security role, it'd be fantastic if you understood Cisco and how it works. If you understand how ASAs work, if you understand how Cisco routers and switches work. So it says, sign up for a free Cisco Packet Tracer training. How many classes we got left? I think I'm gonna do this all the way to. I'm gonna do this through April. The voucher system is gonna work. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to set up a way to evaluate who's most likely to pass the test, and we're gonna give out vouchers. So, I'm gonna keep this going to the end of April for sure. Not the end of April. My bad. What was? I mean end of May. End of May. Ain't no butt smoking going on. Yeah, I've been hustling. I've been working a lot. I've been working at work, and I've been working on my little book. I'm gonna sneak preview of my book. I got a couple minutes to go. Here's how my book cover did. I did all this thing work here. Sneak peek. Here's my book cover. I'm doing a book to teach anybody how to code. So the name of the book's called Think and Code. Hopefully y'all think it's dope. I drew all these pictures too. I drew it so it's like it's agnostic. I'll show y'all. Here's how the book looks. It's a kid's picture book, but it tells how to do it in code. I'm self-publishing this too. That's a little robot, and you got it. Basically, I'm using like pseudocode to teach code, but I did all the illustration. That's what I'm really proud of. It was a pretty cool little project. So I did all the illustrations. It's supposed to be looking kitty stuff, but I'm pretty dope. I'm pretty happy about it. So anyway, so you're gonna see this book. I'm dropping it on Amazon, self cover. I did it in Hacker Chic, so that's why I got the whole hacker colors going on. It's gonna be on Amazon probably in the next day or so. It's in Amazon review process. To be honest with you, this is actually a dope book, and I'm working on some way more like artsy than this. This allowed me to actually put together a book and let me to draw a little bit, but it let me do a lot of pretty cool stuff. So I learned a lot on this book. All right, I'm about to. I gotta bounce. Hey, I appreciate y'all for showing up. We got probably at least a month left of this. So that's this next one, and then a whole other month. So probably about 5 more weeks. Y'all stay safe. Hopefully y'all learned a lot about Cisco stuff over the last couple of days. Y'all take care. Bye bye.